their matchup. And I'm excited because Jaybone is playing this sweet, sweet combo deck, right?
Yes. Probably the only designated combo. I mean, obviously what Moxflip and what Paul, Looking Glass Elf brought are a form of combo that Pauper has access to. And arguably, both of these different combo archetypes are still technically creature-based. However, J-Bones is all in on this infinite mana loop. Why don't you talk about it with our viewers?
Yeah, so the infinite mana loop is he's freed from the reel on a creature that will allow him to untap a land. So something like Arbor Elf. And as long as the land can generate multiple mana, then he can just use that mana to untap his creature, tap it to untap the land, so on and so forth. And basically can generate infinite mana, which is what he's going to be trying to do here.
What's gross, though, is the way that he decided to build the deck to finish the game. I don't know if you caught wind of the win conditions he decided to go with, Chris. He might be here a long time.
Viridian Longbow is basically just going to take 100 years to win the game, so let's just strap in and see what happens.
or he could capsize his opponent back to the Stone Age. He's told me some of his games end up that way, and then he beats them down with a 1/1.
I mean, sure. Like, whatever works, right? Like, all right, so...
Or to this, despite how long it's going to take.
So if he's able to animate this forest with Lifespark Spellbomb and then put Freed from the Reel on it, he can win this turn, basically.
Yes. Well, they both have their engines running, right?
This killing Fiend could just win the game this turn.
Right now. Yeah, Moxflip has 5 cards in hand. He's got a probe. He's kind of scoping out J-Bone's hand here to see.
Yeah, I mean, if he just has probe, Battle Rage, and J-Bone doesn't block, J-Bone's dead.
Yes.
That's pretty gross. You just, I'm gonna turn 3 you when you could turn 4 me.
Well, I like that Jay knows immediately to block.
Yeah, so Trinket Mage is gonna block the Kiln Fiend. If Flip has something like Temur Battle Rage, it's going to be 7, so 14, so it's going to do 12 damage. Looks like it's just going to be... Oh, Mutagenic Growth. Okay, no Battle Rage. That would have been
No
game
Battle
if
Rage.
had a Battle Rage.
Double Fiend, though. Jay needs to win here. Probably. It's not hard on 4 or 5 cards for Moxflip to just kill with double Kiln Fiend. Wouldn't you say, Chris?
Oh, not at all. I mean, he just has to cast 2 spells and the game's over.
Abundant Growth is not the way you need to go here, Jay. We need to see you animate one. We need to see the bomb, right? The what is it? Life giving?
Life Spark. Spellbomb.
We need to see this Life Spark Spellbomb, and I don't think he has it. He runs two. Now, what did he search for with the Trinket Mage? I'm assuming it was the Spellbomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we know he has the bomb. Why did he play bomb? Maybe he doesn't have the Freed from the Reel?
Yeah. That's probably what it means. Although, to be completely honest, I still don't really know how this deck works, so I'm waiting to see it in action.
Yeah, I mean, I actually spent some time, not that it's my fault if the deck loses, just kidding. I spent some time with Jay when he was developing this archetype, or this deck, this list, and we went through several iterations of no spell bombs. We went through several iterations of... I actually suggested a creatureless combo that makes the infinite mana. I was suggesting that he run... Oh, God, what is it? He's really in the tank here, though, Chris, and I think I know why. I mean, the deck, he can't quite life bomb, and he can't quite get the Free from the Reel onto the forest.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously the deck does some cool stuff, right? He's 3-3 going into this final round, so he has won 3 matches.
Yes.
Could potentially be in the top 4 depending on how this
There's too much
What's that?
setup here. I think all that he can do here, Chris, is, and you're right, he's so close. I think he needs to just play the bomb, hope that Moxflip doesn't kill him, and then untap, spike the Freed from the Real, animate the Forest, and go for the infinite mana combo.
Looks like he's just going to pass the turn. Ooh, I smell a Giga Drowse. This is going to get
Yes, okay, he does have, what does he have, 3 main deck Drowses? Yes. That's gonna really slow down, hopefully, what Flip this is trying to do, right?
Yeah, so he's gonna have 3 copies of this with Replicate. It's 1 blue, Replicate blue, tap target permanent. So he's gonna get 3 blue mana from this forest, tap down 2 islands and a mountain.
Not tapping the Kiln
Rather
Fiends?
than just tapping the Kiln Fiends?
I don't know if I agree with this, Jay. Okay, was that the extra turn that we needed, though, to combo? Will we see infinite? I want to see this, Jay.
We definitely gave him the turn, so he's got...
I think he's just missing one of the 2 pieces. We know he has the spell bomb.
Either that or he's just choked on mana.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't run all that many land drops. A lot of his mana comes from things like Fertile Ground and Utopia.
Yeah.
It's kind of an Enchantress mana base, or Bogle's mana base. The Bogle's deck in the there's one of the only islands. The Bogle's deck in this format has a very similar mana base to what Jay's playing here. Many forests, lots of sprawls. Jeez.
Well, there's
It's hard to see
There's
this.
the spell bomb.
Do we animate? Do we have Freed from the Peel? Real. Sorry, that was his decklist name. Freed from the Real. Do we have it?
Maybe
No,
he just
doesn't.
has another Giga Drowse here?
It's possible. No, he doesn't. Oh no, we're probably dead. Jay. It's heartbreaking, Chris, to see my boys in this lose. You know, like Scott's playing my deck, the Rebels deck. I spent some time with Jay working on this infinite mana deck, and to see him get crushed here, it's a little heartbreaking. It's a little heartbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, I try to not get too invested because you never know what you're going to see.
See, I'm the other way. I get very invested to the point where they're like using like deck lists I've made, and so I like try to like live vicariously through the players, you know. And then to watch Scott get crushed, Gamers Dome just was awful. It's terrible. The Rebellatron list, Chris,
Yeah.
he's doing pretty poorly.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. Now, Moxby, don't cry for me. Did you see that in the chat? Don't cry for me. Cry for Jay. This is his baby. This is his maiden voyage. He actually brewed this deck, Chris, maybe about a week before the event. This Infinite Mana deck.
It's definitely interesting.
It didn't have
There's a
enough
chance he's
testing.
just dead, but it's
Yes.
still interesting.
Well, it didn't have enough testing is what I think is what we're seeing here. Because he does get some draws where he just never sees the enchantment to go for the infinite mana, and the deck doesn't really do anything unless it's going infinite. It's like, it's 2 speeds. Either it does some cantripping and some enchantress things and then dies, or it does the infinite mana. There's really
Yeah.
nothing in between.
Ooh, Lightning Bolt up top. Is that going to be good enough by itself? 14, 17? No.
No, but what do we have here?
Capsize.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. Blessing.
Oh, Pulse Blessing. That's going to be enough.
That should be game.
Yeah.
Right, because his creature's not bounced, and that was an additional spell, so that's lethal.
Plus 4 damage. So, I mean, it's going to be 23.
Okay.
Or plus 6 damage. All right, well, Moxflip is going to take game 1. Let's go ahead and jump into the sideboards and see what kind of options we have. Let's look at J-Bones first, so we can see what you think your boy is going to bring in.
My boy does not have the right tools for this, Chris.
No?
No.
Well, it looks like we've got 2 Crushers, 2 Scattershot Archers, a Relic, 3 Nature's Claim, 3 Dispel, and 4 Nihilist Disciple. What do you think's coming in?
We could switch gears. We could turn it into like a really, really bad green devotion thing and then try to ramp it to Crushers. That's one option I see. The other option is try to do a better job interacting with what Flipless is doing and run the dispels. I don't think Jay, because he's a combo deck, has enough room to do both of these plans. I think we'll have to choose one of those two sideboard plans of either become this really, really bad, like I said, kind of this, ramping into crushers, but have some disciples to buy us time to do so, or try to be more interactive, run the dispels. Which plan do you think is better, and that Jay will choose?
I honestly have no idea, but I'm excited to find out.
Okay, we'll see. We'll know shortly whether we see a bunch of disciples or some dispel.
And so, oh, that's the wrong thing. We want sideboards. So there's Jay. Let's see if we got Mox. We do. So looks like Mox has a Dispel, 2 Electricity, 3 Flame Slash, a Flaring Pain, 3 Stormbound Geist, a Counterspell, 2 Relic, and 2 Pyroblast. What do you think we're doing?
This is really tough for Jay. I mean, obviously the Pyroblasts are wonderful. The trickeries are good. Most of the threats, except for the spell bomb that Jay is trying to win with, are trickeried. I mean, the slash might even be fine because he doesn't have any way to give the elf haste. So probably some combination, obviously, of blasts, maybe the counterspell, and some combination of trickery or slash. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, seems fine to me. Let's go ahead and jump back to the match. Looks like Jaybone is on the play. He does have an Arbor Elf on turn 1, so let's see if Moxflip has some way to interact with it. He doesn't. So this could be a big turn for Jaybone, depending on what he has.
Yeah. I mean, the elf, if Moxflip doesn't have a way to remove this Arbor Elf, is great. And I'm assuming he doesn't. Wouldn't he have killed the elf before Jay gets to untap this forest?
Oh, absolutely.
Already? The lightning bolt would have already happened, so maybe even the electricity, and you don't have to do the additional ability on that guy. You just fire it off and kills the elf.
So Jaybone's going to have a pretty nice turn. Abundant Growth's going to draw a card. Arbor Elf's going to untap it, let him preordain. He's going to top bottom, draw and play a forest, and flip this as a Killing Fiend.
If he's drawing, that means it's the infinite mana, right? I mean, any other card you bottom off the preordain, right? It was either mana.
It looked like he didn't have another land, so the card that he topped was probably the forest.
It's possible. And then from there, what does he do? Well, okay, here's the issue. So, and this was something that I was talking about with Jay when we were building this thing, or he was asking me to take a look at it. He built it on his own, but he had me take a look at it. The Abundant Growth does not enable the combo.
No, it's just a cantrip and a fixer.
Correct. It's just precisely. It does not actually net. Okay, well, there we go. Sheltered Airy. That does net mana. That's a one of in Jay's main deck, and I think the reason he told me is he was running it, Chris, is it's tutorable with his transmute cards. It's a one of.
Mm-hmm.
He's running a.
Well, the bad news here is that Flip is starting this turn off with a Gataxian Probe.
Yeah.
Which means if he can go spell Temur Battle Rage with a land, the game is over. Just turn 3, 20 you're dead.
Yep.
Modern's a fun format. Temur Battle Rage is insane. There's the island.
Oh no.
Does he have the turn 3 kill? There's the Ponder. Maybe he's looking for it.
I hope he shuffles.
Top. He shuffled. Do we have the turn 3? We have the turn 3.
Oh, no, Jay.
That card should be an uncommon.
God, that's
man.
awful. I mean, Jay knows how to count. He knows he's dead. He scoops. But
wow.
Well, we need a backup match then, don't we, Chris?
Moxflip is going to take this on the back of a turn 3 kill. For those of you just joining us, I'm Chris VanMeter here with Sean Abrams. We are bringing you coverage of the Cardhoarder Pauper Challenge. Moxflip, with winning that match, I believe he's going to put himself in position for a slot in the top 4.